Most people get this wrong when starting a company in Malawi. They think it's just about registering a business name and opening a bank account. But here's the truth no one tells you. The real process is not only registration. It is structure, compliance, and understanding how the legal system actually works from day one. Now, imagine this. Alex, an entrepreneur from Lilongwe, wants to start a small trading company. He is confident. He thinks he can register quickly and start operating immediately. But within a few weeks, he hits delays because he did not understand licensing, tax registration, and company classification. This is where most beginners struggle. In this guide, I will walk you step by step through how to start a company in Malawi in 2026. You will learn the legal structure, registration process, required documents, tax system, licensing rules, and the mistakes that slow down most new entrepreneurs. And stay with me, because in a minute I'll show you the simplest company structure most entrepreneurs in Malawi use to reduce delays and avoid unnecessary legal complications. Let's start from the very beginning. The first thing you need to understand is the legal authority responsible for company registration in Malawi. All companies are registered through the Registrar General's Department under the Ministry of Justice. This is the official body that handles incorporation, business names, and legal filings. But here is where it gets interesting. Before you even think about registration, you must decide what type of business structure you want. This decision affects everything later. Taxes, liability, ownership, and how easily you can grow. In Malawi, the most common structures are sole proprietorships, partnerships, and limited liability companies. Each has different advantages, but most serious entrepreneurs choose a limited liability company because it provides legal protection. Now let's make this simple. Imagine John wants to open a small transport business. If he registers as a sole proprietor, the business and John are legally the same. That means if the business gets into debt, John is personally responsible. But if John registers a limited liability company, the company becomes a separate legal entity. That means the company is responsible for its own debts, not John personally. This protection is extremely important for long-term stability. But here's the problem. Many beginners choose the simplest option instead of the correct one. Later, when they want to expand or bring in investors, they realize their structure limits them. So step 1 is simple, but powerful. Choose the right structure based on long-term goals, not short-term convenience. Now let's move to the next step, which is name registration. In Malawi, every company must have a unique name that is approved by the Registrar General's Department. You cannot proceed with incorporation until your business name is approved. You usually submit several name options. For example, Alex might submit Lake Malawi Logistics, Malawi Trade Solutions, and Central Africa Imports. Now here is where most people make mistakes. They choose names without checking branding, market relevance, or availability in other regions. A name might be legally available but still confusing in the market. So a smart approach is to choose a name that is not only approved, but also strong, memorable, and suitable for future expansion. Once your name is approved, you move to company registration. This is where you officially incorporate your business. You submit documents such as company constitution, director details, shareholder structure, and registered address. Now let's slow down here because this step is very important. A limited liability company in Malawi must have at least one director. It can also have shareholders who own the company. In small businesses, the same person is often both director and shareholder. But here's where it gets interesting. Ownership structure matters more than most people realize. For example, Alex might own 80% of the company, while his partner owns 20%. This must be clearly documented during registration. If you get this wrong, future disputes can become very difficult to resolve. Next, you need a registered office address in Malawi. This is where official communication will be sent. It must be a physical address, not just a P.O. box in most cases. Now here is a common issue. Many entrepreneurs assume they can register without a proper local address. In practice, you usually need a valid physical location or a representative address in Malawi. After submitting your application and paying the required fees, the Registrar General reviews your documents. If everything is correct, you receive a certificate of incorporation. This confirms your company legally exists. But here's the truth most beginners miss. Registration is not the end. It is just the beginning of your compliance journey. Now, let's talk about taxation. Every company in Malawi must register with the Malawi Revenue Authority, also known as MRA.DI. This is where your tax identification number is issued. You will typically register for income tax, and depending on your business size, you may also register for VAT. But here is the problem many new business owners face. They delay tax registration until they start earning money. This leads to penalties and compliance issues later. So the smart move is simple. Register for tax immediately after incorporation. Now, let's talk about business licenses. Depending on your industry, you may need additional licenses or permits. For example, if you are starting a restaurant, import business, retail shop, or transport service, you may need approvals from local authorities or regulatory bodies. This is where many entrepreneurs get surprised. They think company registration is enough, but specific industries require extra compliance. Let's take Sarah as an example. She opens a small food business in Blantyre. She completes company registration, but forgets health permits and local council approval. She is forced to stop operations until she becomes compliant. This delay could have been avoided with proper planning. So always check industry requirements before you begin operations. Now, let's move to banking. Once your company is registered, you will need a business bank account. Banks in Malawi usually require incorporation documents, identification of directors, proof of address, and sometimes a business plan. Here's where it gets interesting. Different banks have different processing times. Some approvals are quick, while others take longer due to documentation issues. So preparation is key. Now let's talk about foreign investors because this is important. Malawi generally allows foreign ownership in many sectors. However, some industries may have restrictions or require additional approvals. If you are a foreign entrepreneur, you may also need permits depending on your role in the business. Now here's something most people miss. Company registration is separate from immigration status. You can own a company without automatically being allowed to live or work in Malawi. So both systems must be planned together. Now let's talk about compliance after registration. Once your company is active, you must file annual returns with the Registrar General. This confirms your business is still active and compliant. You also need to file tax returns regularly with MRA. But here's the problem. Many small business owners forget ongoing compliance because they focus only on starting the business. Later, they face penalties or even deregistration. So think of compliance as maintenance, not a one-time task. Now let's talk about timelines. Name registration usually takes a few days. Incorporation can take a few days to a couple of weeks depending on accuracy. Tax registration is usually faster if documents are complete. Banking can vary depending on the institution. So realistically, a smooth setup in Malawi can take 1 to 3 weeks if everything is properly prepared. Now here is a powerful insight most beginners ignore. The speed of your registration process depends more on preparation than the system itself. Most delays come from incomplete documents or incorrect information. So the real secret is simple. Prepare everything before you submit anything. Now let's bring everything together. To start a company in Malawi, you first choose your structure. Then you reserve your company name. After that, you submit incorporation documents and receive your certificate. Next, you register for taxes. Then you apply for any required licenses. After that, you open a business bank account and maintain compliance through annual filings. Each step builds on the previous one. If you skip one, the system becomes unstable later. And here is the final takeaway you need to remember. Starting a company is not just paperwork. It is building a legal foundation that supports growth, protects you, and keeps your business stable as it expands. So if you are planning to start a business in Malawi in 2026, focus on structure, compliance and preparation, not just registration speed. Now you understand the full process from start to finish. You know how to choose a structure, register your company, handle taxes, secure licenses, and stay compliant. If this guide helped you, make sure to like this video, leave a comment with your business idea, and subscribe for more country-by-country business guides. It could be the difference between starting confused and starting correctly.